I am the business coach, and I will be helping you develop in your professional career. Today, we're going to be discussing how to create the ultimate resume and how to get in that yes pal with yours truly, the business coach, and special guest, Kayla Lyons, who is a former TV personnel, media marketing, and communications professional. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in to The Business Coach. I am the business coach, and I will be helping you develop in your professional career. And today we are going to talk about the ultimate resume. So, do you have what it takes to create the ultimate resume? Yes, you do. We also have special guests in the building, Kayla Lyons, and she will be giving you her 3 tips on how to get into the yes pal. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, the ultimate resume. Well, we know that a resume is an advertisement. It advertises who you are as an individual in your professional career and in your personal life. So, it's one of the ways to sell yourself to the employer. So, you want to figure out, how can I sell myself to the employer and how can I get the job? Also, it highlights your background, your experience, work experience, or even experience that doesn't necessarily have to deal with, any type of work. You just do like community service or whatever, and it just makes an impact on someone's life. Also, it's a document that's designed just for you. So you create that ultimate resume that's just for you. It represents who you are as an individual. So you want to make sure you put the right things on there. And don't ever lie on your resume, please, because employers will find out. It's also one of the most important parts of your professional career. So besides your presence and your character, you have your resume. So that also needs to represent on your resume as well, your presence and your character. So a lot of people ask, is there a such thing as a correct resume? No, there is not a such thing as a correct resume. It's no such thing. So get that out of your head. Your resume is something that expresses your unique skills and capabilities and attributes. And you want the employers to know that. So it's no such thing as a correct resume, but I will say, keep it professional. Now, moving on, I want to discuss some things that I wrote down in my booklet, and I'm just going to elaborate on them a little bit more. What do employers look for, when they're looking at, their potential candidates or people who they want to bring in their workforce? So, evidence of your skills and capabilities. What do you have, or what value added do you have to bring to the table that can possibly maximize growth and profitability for their company? So they look at your leadership attributes as well. Your verbal and written communication. What do you have to bring to the table as far as just all of that I just stated? And then also your critical thinking and problem solving skills. Most employers look for, can you solve one of their problems within their company, and can you do it in an efficient amount of time? So you need to make sure that you highlight that in your resume. I am a problem solver. Here's something that I have done where I have solved a problem for a particular company or for a particular organization. Also, they look at your achievements. What have you done in your professional career and offline? They want to see, or even in school, they want to see what have you accomplished throughout your graduate and undergraduate years in college, and also in your professional career. So some of the other things that you kind of want to think about: make your resume authentic, authentic to who you are. Like I said, don't ever lie on a resume. Be true to yourself, and the employer will like you regardless. And if they don't like you, that's okay, because you're not going to always win at everything, and you're not going to always get everything you want in life. But it is a learning lesson, and you'll be able to know what you have to do next time in order to get the job. And lastly, some things that the employers look at is your academic performance in your graduate and undergraduate studies. And they want to see, have you, in the midst of everything else, right, have you accomplished, being a great student, because sometimes most people, they are really good in work experience, but they lack in academic performance. And most employers see that as a no-go. You need to make sure that you're performing academically and also being a well-rounded individual on your campus. So those are some of the things that I wanted you to keep in mind when you're creating your ultimate resume and highlighting those certain areas that are on your resume. And one last thing, be mindful of your professional appearance. You want to make sure that you are presenting yourself in a professional way in your on and off in your professional life. Sorry. But make sure that you be mindful of that, because there's always someone watching you, and there's always someone that's willing to give you opportunity if you are firm and stand for the person that you are. So without further ado, let's get into our special guest, Kayla Lyons, and she will give you more tips on how to create the ultimate resume.
Everyone, my name is Kayla Lyons, and I am so excited to be sharing with you my 3 tips on how you can create the ultimate resume. Number 1, formatting. Make sure that your resume is aesthetically pleasing, because hiring managers look at hundreds of applications for the same job that you are applying for. And if they can't read yours because it's too hard to read, the font is too small, it's too crowded, or in other words, it has no breakup, then the employer is not going to look at it. So focus on getting your resume into the yes pile. Tip number 2 is use action verbs to highlight your transferable skills that will make you the best asset to their company. Action verbs tell hiring managers what you have done, what you can do, and more importantly, what you can bring to their organization. No matter what level of experience that you have, using action verbs at the beginning of your description and knowing how to eloquently relay that you possess the skills that they are looking for in a concise way is the key. And my last tip is triple check your resume. Be mindful that you are applying for a position that people from every educational and experience level are applying for. That means there is no room for mistakes. Your resume is their very first impression of you, so if you make mistakes on paper, who's to say that you won't make mistakes on company projects or assignments? So be sure to check all spelling and frequently read over your descriptions and make tweaks to make sure that your resume is always ready to send out and up to date. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that these 3 tips benefit you just as much as they have helped me. You've got the tips. Now I can't wait to see what you do with them. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Stay on the lookout for more on The Business Coach.